Ho, 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 ho. Ho, ho, ho! Welcome, everybody, to episode 23 of THiRD SHiFT. I'm one of your hosts, Santa Claus! Or Eric.
Santi Eric.
I don't know.
Santi
Whichever
Eric.
one it is. Santi Eric Claus.
There you go.
And with me is my co-host, Elful Boy Matt.
I'm the helpful elf.
Oh, my elf is so awesome. Gee golly. Hey, Elf Boy Matt, how was your week?
I'm not answering an elf boy voice. We're not doing this the whole show. I don't care.
Oh, come on.
It was a really good week, though. I just got back yesterday, went up north to see, my grandma, some extended family for the first time in a long time. Great to see them, great to be around actually good, good-hearted people instead of the hateful, broken, awful people that we're around all the time, every day, at work and at home. But no, not really. But you know what I'm saying. And then on the video game front, it's been great times. We had, we've been teaming up for some face-off in Battleborn, actually rocking it out, figuring out how to do that right. But the other big thing for me this week is I was searching around online and I was like, oh, they're developing, a new Ace Attorney game in Japan. I was like, oh man, cool. So I was Wikipediaing the whole series, and I was like, Ace Attorney 6, Spirit of Justice, when's that going to come out? Oh, it came out in September? Let me get my 3DS right now. So I downloaded that Monday.
Man.
I've been just eating that up because I love that series like nobody's business. I could go on a whole other different podcast ranting and raving all about that for like 2 straight hours. Anyway, love that series. So I just been eating it up. Got into the first case, only the first case so far, but it's still just as amazing as all the other ones have been. Been having a blast. Getting into this other book I've been reading, doing all this great stuff. It's been an awesome week. How about you, man?
Man, I'm just going to have to live vicariously through you, I suppose. This week is the typical responsible adult, oh, I'm so busy and I can't do anything.
My toilet exploded. Oh, no.
My house is falling apart and we're moving all sorts of rooms and blah, blah, blah. It's been one of those weeks. Busy as all get out. Just trying to catch up. Work's been busy. Home life's busy. Video games have, been put in the back pocket. Except for our wonderful Borderlands night where, like you said, we were really doing some awesome matches and face-off and getting in there and just really doing a 2-man team and just smashing these yahoos. So, beyond that, not much, just kind of anxious to get Christmas up and over here. See the kids opening up gifts and having a good time and all that other jazz, man. So, and speaking of jazz.
That's right. Speaking of jazz, we got Talented Tuesday, this week's muse, this week's subject of our torturous devices of artful. Yeah.
Oh, this is a good week.
I mean, it was a good week for me. Mine was fine.
Mine was fine.
What the hell was yours? Please explain to the audience so they all know what was going on there.
Well, okay, you guys might not know this, but I'm one of them rare individuals who can take a spirit unto myself. And I was sitting at a table one of the nights this week, and a spirit entered my body. And it would just so happen to be Oscar Mike.
Uh-huh.
And he said, "Hey, guys, I want to try the whiskey fox try." I think he'd had some beers. He sounded pretty off, but I let him take my hand and draw, and that's what he did. He drew Whiskey Foxtrot the best he was able. And who am I to judge a piece of art? Where do I stand? I don't have that ability.
Yeah, that is true. Who are you or I, in fact, in that matter?
No, we're not. Now, in an alternate timeline, it's possible that my 4-year-old child drew it.
It's possible.
With as busy as a week has been, I'm not really sure which one's true anymore. So we're going to go with the first one because I think it's, it's pretty cool.
But in some alternate universe, Bizarro Eric, while he was cleaning up poop water from his exploded toilet, went, "Girl, draw this purple man." And she would have gone,
Yeah. In the alternate universe, Eric gave her crayons of the appropriate colors and said, "Please draw this guy on the screen." And she She drew something, so it was pretty cool.
So yeah, this week was Whiskey Foxtrot. You can check out the preview versions on the Twitter account. Hit up the Instagram for the full versions. Next week is Pendles. You guys are going to be pretty shocked and amazed. I mean, not shocked because you know that I'm awesome. You're going to be pretty amazed with what you see from me next week. Just spoiler alert.
Way to pump them up, just to be set the stage to be disappointed.
No, they're gonna be like, I'm so ready to see, and then they'll see it and they'll be like, it was even more glorious than I could have imagined. Oh, this is why he's the pro Matt. Yes.
Pat yourself on the back, make yourself feel good.
Oh yeah.
There it is. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh, gosh. Man, speaking of treating yourself, Matt, I'm pretty sure there was some Borderlands 2 shift codes for some golden keys this week.
That's right. Treat yourself to some epic loot.
And speaking of epic loot, God bless Gearbox. They're apparently changing up their storefront, and by that I'm hoping that means update all their gear, etc., etc. And right now you can get all Gearbox gear that's remaining on that website for 40% off.
And that's a pretty damn good deal. Occasionally you'll see like the 10 or 15 or 20s. 20's decent, but it's still that, it's only a fifth of what I would have paid that I'm saving. But 40%, that's legit.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Yeah. I haven't been on the store lately to check it out, but it's been in the back of my mind while I'm at work. Hey, go look. Maybe you can get something cool. Go look.
They do have they got a couple nice hoodies left. There's a couple cool shirts. They got
nice.
God, I could list everything, obviously. I mean, there's some good stuff there. That Hyperion bag's still there. I've been eyeballing that thing forever.
I was going to say, I do like messenger bags.
So, who knows? We'll see. Obviously, this time of the year, you're overburdened with money. So, this is a good time to go spend it.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just flush with cash right now.
Right. That's what happens around this time of year. You just have an influx of money. It's crazy. Or is that an alternate timeline? God,
I think you're living that alternate timeline again, dude.
Jeez, I don't know where
the man
I
who
am.
walks between worlds. So what else is new in Gearbox this week?
I don't know. What are we even doing? Man. Nothing's new in Gearbox.
So I don't think there's a whole lot that's brand new.
Let me take a peek. Come on, let's run down it. Let's be good boys here, Matt. Did they announce anything in Borderlands?
No.
They didn't. Okay. Announce anything Duke Nukem this week?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Bulletstorm's not out yet.
It's on the way. Yep.
Nothing new on that, right? Okay. Did they mention anything about Brothers in Arms?
Sadly, no.
No, they didn't. Okay.
But what we do have is, in case anybody missed that winter update stream, which was 2 full hours of delicious goodness, and you missed our awesome podcast telling you about all the good stuff, they've been slowly releasing chunks of that stream, little bits and videos about like the draft mode, the daily quests that are coming, all that kind of stuff. So if you have a few minutes and you're missing some info there, just scroll through their Twitter feed. I think they're probably putting them up on battleborn.com, but I'm not sure. Definitely on the Twitter, though.
It is already up on battleborn.com.
It is? All right.
If you just go to battleborn.com, they just posted it today, actually. Little paragraphs explaining the new diamond rank you can get, daily quests, weekly quests, or not weekly, just main quests, whatever you want to call them. All sorts of stuff, plus the videos, as you said, are linked. So, if you're curious, that's where they are. They're over there. They're right there, right after the latest and greatest battle plan.
And speaking of the battle
plan.
Oh,
cha-ching.
battle plan time. All right, kicking it off, Eric. What do we got?
Oh, well, they announced that there's going to be streams after the holidays on not only the 10th of January, but the 12th of January. So they've got all sorts of news and things coming, and apparently it's going to take 2 separate streams to jam it all in and get everybody prepped and ready for it. So that's the first thing, and I'm wondering what that means.
I'm picturing one's got to be a winter update recap, maybe the patch notes, because they haven't specifically talked about all of the character changes, stuff like that. And then we were discussing over lunch, I think one of those streams has got to be Beatrix. Because, hey, kind of one of those, we didn't get the winter update out before the holidays, so here, have a Beatrix. Here's a special edition, boom, extra bonus for you guys, on top of all the other good stuff we got going on.
I think that's pretty accurate. Now, I would say we might want to conjecture on Conjectureland Day next week a little bit more about it. Because, that's going to be the episode where we just lay out the whole next year because we got our little tinfoil hats on and we'll be ready for it. But I think you're right. I think it's going to be a Beatrix announcement.
Yeah.
Just to spice up that whole update a little bit, make it a little better.
Let's say either that or possibly a surprise story op. One of the two. It's got to be one of the two, I think.
No way. There's no way. You're going.
It's happened
You're
before.
going too far, sir. It will not be the Oscar Mike story op.
It's happened before. Toby was a total surprise. Come on.
Don't get me started. It's a dream.
Uh,
It's too good to be true.
Hey, miracles can happen, Eric. It's Christmas time. It's the time of miracles.
I just cleaned poop off my walls. There's no miracles here.
It's a Christmas miracle. The pipes exploded. Hooray! I never thought it could happen.
I never dreamed this would be a yay for me.
Speaking of great celebrations and great times to be had and wonderful presents that appear out of nowhere, boom, excellent segue.
Ooh.
They're going to be having the Solstice Day celebration running from December 24th through January 1st. So if you log on to Battleborn anytime in that range, you're going to get a special gift from Gearbox. Now, we have no actual details as to what that is, but they're like, hey, it's present time for you guys. We're going to give you a special gift. And they used gift in quotation marks. So we were speculating maybe like a loot pack, maybe a title like Solstice Day Celebrator, Solstice Day, Santa Claus hat. I don't know. Something cool. So make sure you get on the damn game, at least in that 1 week span.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Hop on, do a PvP match. Ain't nothing but a thing right there.
Mm-hmm.
I suspect it'll probably be a legendary pang. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Because that's simple, easy, already in the game. Everyone's going away on their vacation, so I don't know. Anything else besides that would just be a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, I think because it's timed, maybe a special title would be nice that, hey, I was here for, their wrapping up the year celebration type deal.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like it.
Yeah, it's cool either way. I'll be on, I'm sure, doing a few rounds, hopefully some face-off. Now that we've got the hang of that and are pretty much carrying our team around, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how that's going to work anymore because in the hot fixes today, Matt, they did a terrible, terrible thing. They did.
That's right, they did. Tell us about it, Eric.
Well, I'm jumping around a bit, but I'm going to tell you this. They nerfed my girl Alani. They went and did it.
Yeah.
They did it. They took her Riptide from 20 seconds down to 16-second cooldown.
No,
I mean,
that was the opposite way.
Yes. Backwards. That's what I keep dreaming. I just want it to be the way it was. I can't deal with it. I can't even deal with what they did to me. They took my Riptide, and they went from 16 seconds up to 20 seconds on the cooldown. Now, everyone's going, "Wah, suck it up," because what else did they do, Matt? That goes ahead and makes that all better. Patches the boo-boo right on up.
It doesn't patch it quite all the way up.
No, it doesn't.
But they did up the cooldown reduction stat across all pieces of gear. I think the max was about 7 before, and now it's up to, I think, 10.5.
Mm-hmm.
So, with 10.5% cooldown reduction, you can chop 2 seconds off of that, that big 20-second cooldown. So it's not, it's still a bummer, but you can kind of mitigate it at least a little bit.
Yeah, you can get it back down to a similar range, but still it makes it so you got to actually use cooldown reduction now instead of some other stats. That would have been helpful. So I say, cry me a river, cry, 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 cry. I'm sad. That's all right. That's okay, as Howard would say.
And it's especially okay because this will cheer you up. They also nerfed the sustain range for Ambra's Staff of Radiance and Khaleesi's Taser, plus his added helix that lets it arc to other enemies. They dropped that sustain range down by about 30%, which, if you listen to our Ambra episode, if you listen to us last week or the week before when they upped Khaleesi's sustain range, we've been wanting this for a long time. Hopefully this makes it so when you lock on a target, it sustains at roughly the same range, or at least like only slightly over, because you used to be able to just run in as Ambra, hook them with your staff, and then just, even as they ran all the way, you'd still be draining. So hopefully this will clean that up a little bit.
I'm pretty sure it will. I'm pretty stoked about it. It's going to put them two in a much more reasonable range for what they're able to accomplish when it comes to taking you out. Because before it was just stupid.
As a pretty heavy Ombra and Cleese player, it does make me a little bit sad. But, I mean, fair is fair. It was a little bit cheap sometimes.
I agree. And lastly, in the hot fixes, here's something that
And not leastly.
not leastly, if that's a word, which it's not, but that's
is
all right.
now.
It is now. We making words on this show.
Pro words from the pro Matt.
It's just all about yourself today. Just
That's right.
love yourself. Treat
It's Christmas,
yourself,
man.
right? It's
I'm getting
Christmas
presents.
time.
Everybody loves me. Oh, it's great.
So, as you guys and gals out there are going to soon find out, we just did our El Dragon deep dive the other day.
That's right.
Okay. So, hearing this, it won't be out. However, next week or whenever it is, Danny rocks it out for you guys. It's going to be there. And we suspected this was going to happen,
Yeah.
but we did it anyway. And sure enough, today, they said, hey, everybody, we're going to increase El Dragon's health by 150 because we didn't think he had quite enough health. And on top of that, we're going to go increase his, primary attack damage from El Dragon's passive Undisputed Champ from 1.5% to 2% per stack, which, when that adds up, that's going to be a big deal.
Yeah, that's going to be, 30% damage increase if you got max stacks because it stacks up to 10.
Yeah. So, wow. That's a big deal. I mean, that's a lot of extra damage once again he's going to be putting out there. And the health part's not that big of a deal. It's 150. But
Right.
regardless, it is a health increase and it is a damage increase, which is what everyone's been asking for and saying El Dragon needs to become competitive again. And in our deep dive, we talk a little bit about playing him and how we agreed that his damage is just too low to actually be going toe-to-toe with anyone, and his health is just too low to really go toe-to-toe with anyone. So, great for El Dragon players, great for the fact that he's going to be, closer to the range of playable again, but sad for us because now the deep dive is slightly askew.
Just slightly, though.
Yeah, just slightly. I still think it plays out pretty much the same way.
Yeah, plus I think he was really overpowered before, and they're still keeping the nerfs to his clap attack damage and clap speed. This is just his primary melee attack. He'll be more of like an assassin type. His single target damage is going to go up a little, and his survivability will go up, but he still won't be able to run in to a group of 4 people, just stand there and clap forever and kill everybody. So I think this will balance him out a little bit more, make him, obviously a little beefier, a little tougher. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to playing him again.
Most definitely. So, in the future, look forward to the old El Dragon deep dive because it will be coming your way at an undisclosed time in the near future.
That's right.
And that was about it for the hot fixes. I mean, and actually, it was pretty decent. I didn't expect anything, to be quite frank. So, the fact that they did that was awesome, except for the Alani one, which I don't understand why you had to do that.
Once you get that augment that once you stand in your pools,
Yeah.
you can basically get max osmosis. You got to counter that a little bit.
No, you don't. That's when you become a healer. Stand in your riptide, and you can actually heal instead of running around going, I'll give you 101.
So that 10 HP heal, yeah.
101. Thank you very much. I got my gear on. With my gear on, I'm hitting you for 101.
Okay.
And if I do that 10 times, that's significant.
I was going to say, if you just follow me around and just here.
That's right. What's wrong with that?
Hey, I guess there's nothing wrong with that. Moving on to the community spotlight. It was not a whole lot going on here. They did have an intro paragraph saying they're looking to do a lot more with the community badass type thing that they have done in the past, but it just kind of fluctuates. Like maybe every few weeks you'll get one, and then otherwise it's just kind of, a lore section.
Well, and they also mentioned that they're going to make sure we get to know the team over there better with the community spotlight next year. So I'm assuming that means they're going to have like little autobiographies about each and every one of them, what they enjoy, things like that, periodically, spaced out throughout the year. So
yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. If you want to get to know any of these yahoos.
Well, it'd be nice to know like a little bit more about the people on the stream. If you're not like, a big behind-the-scenes type of person.
Well, here, I want them to sleep better this Christmas. I want to get to know you guys really well. Now they'll sleep much better.
After cutting that out of the show, we're going to...
Just kidding. No, I'm sorry. I'm way up north, you guys. Nowhere near you.
That's true. We're literally across the entire part of the country from you.
Oh, God.
What else we got in the community spotlight section, Eric?
Well, you got that lore bit with old Beatrix, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's a whole. I mean, it's another big one, and it's just kind of like a diary format about her talking about how she seems to be dying. There's something wrong with her. She hates her teachers. She's way smarter than them. She's way smarter than all the other students she's going with, and her parents are forcing her to study, but also want her to have friends. And so it's got a lot of your typical teenager, problems going on it. But it's an interesting look, and it also is kind of weird because it makes her seem, obviously, like a teenager. And I don't know, I didn't quite picture her as a teenager for some reason. I had her pegged in like early 20s.
Well, teenagers become early 20s.
Well, but I'm saying, where is this in? I mean, is this like way beforehand, or is this shortly before? I know in the other one, wasn't she in college? But then again, in this one, it has her getting her thesis prepared already.
Yeah, I think the last one, she was more like, I've, quote fingers, graduated and I'm working on projects for the scientific
community or whatever.
Scientific, yeah.
Yeah, and this one's where she's still in school, but I don't think the time frame is that far apart, so...
No.
It sounds like she's going to be a kid for the most part.
I mean, she does, her character model looks, or not her character model, but her portrait looks pretty young. Mm-hmm. So, I can see her being... Most of the other generates seem like old, I've lived for 1,000 years, I'm blah, 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 blah.
That's true.
It'd kind of be nice to see a different, hey, look, I'm fresh-faced and young compared to all these.
A young generate, a rebellious generate,
Yeah, exactly.
One that's not been incorporated in the system.
We were talking just before the podcast, kind of sparked me there's this whole theme running through that she's like diseased and dying and stuff. And last week when we were speculating about her, I was like, well, how are you going to regen your tank full of like evil goo and, disease goo that she, possibly is using to envenomate her enemies and all that other stuff? Maybe she just generates it because it's part of her illness and she stores it up in her big syringe arm. Maybe so. I don't know, but it seems to correlate pretty well in my mind. Mm-hmm. Hey, she diseases enemies and contagions and stuff. Well, because she's sickly and dying, it just kind of goes hand in hand.
That'd actually be an impressive way to get rid of the poisons that are troubling you. Spread them onto other enemies. That'd be disgusting. That'd be even worse than what I'd already imagined.
Well, I didn't mean it in like a really dark and creepy way, but it's pretty dark and creepy regardless.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting.
Or maybe she uses science to synthesize toxins from what her body creates. I don't know. Yeah, it's getting gross.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. Cut that. Just never mind, Gearbox. Don't.
We don't want to know what happens or how.
No. She just finds like a pool on the ground and goes, "Oh, this looks gross. I'll just fling that instead."
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Perfect. So if you guys want to know the whole story and read it, obviously go to the Battleplan and read it because it's fun and gives you kind of an inside look at her teenager problems.
What else we have, Eric? Was there anything else?
That was
I think
it.
It was just kind of a sayonara after that.
Yeah, it was just talking about how they've really been working hard on Battleborn all this year and evolving it to what it is now, and that they're appreciative of everybody that's sticking around, that they've got way more to come, and we got 3 more story ops, they got a multiplayer mode, more skins and taunts, etc., etc.
Oh yeah.
So basically, that gun is still loaded.
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
I mean, the winter update in and of itself is just something glorious, and I can't wait. Oh, yeah.
It's a game changer, man.
I cannot wait.
It's going to change up everything.
Mm-hmm. And it's pretty sad, too, that, something we've been talking about outside of the podcast so much is we just can't wait till all that wonderful, the side stuff's all cleared up, and, oh, God, the words escaping me. Come on. The screens and the menus.
Oh, yeah, the UI.
Yeah, the UI is going to be cleaned up and just turned into these nice, crisp, little sections and images, and it's just going to, it looks great. I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm so excited to see the new menus. Wow.
New modes and stuff? Whatever. I want my screens to be blue instead of green.
That's right. Santa knew exactly what I wanted.
Well, speaking of Santa, speaking of knowing what we want, we put together a little wish list for Santa. Things we want from Battleborn. Things we need. Things we'd like to have. Things that would just be nice to have in the game.
A little wish list.
Yeah.
A little wish list.
Little wish list for
And
Santa.
I'm going to kick it off real quick because this kind of ties in with the coming up.
Okay.
There's a piece of art on there that Sung Kim, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome dude. Does all the chibi art. Is that what you kids call that stuff?
I don't know why you're looking at me. I'm older than you are.
Yeah, well, you're still a kid, though. You know about this chibi art and all this weird stuff. I don't know.
You're the one using the term, dude. I haven't even said it all this episode.
Oh, come on.
You've said it
don't
like
pretend,
4 times now.
Don't pretend now. Oh,
That chai bai art, is that where you... What?
Chimney.
So go on about the chibi art there, Eric.
In the coming up, he posted a awesome holiday picture, and it's got everybody decked out in the holiday gear, presents galore around a nice fire. Really awesome piece. In Eric's wish list, Eric wishes that artwork was available to purchase. That would be awesome.
Oh, purchase?
Yes, I would love it if there was actually some of that, just reprints, nothing like he doesn't hand draw it and then you buy it for some ungodly amount. Just, something cool on the gear store that you could get and make nice little posters out of it, or not even posters, smaller than posters, just actual, maybe, whatever, picture framed pictures of it. That'd be awesome.
How about like a nice big wall scroll of that 30-character collage with the Battleborn logo in the middle of it?
Oh, that would be dream right there.
That would be awesome.
Yes. So that's my first wish. I wish that some of his art would be able to be purchased on the gear store, so that way I could post it up here on my little shrine to Gearbox that I have while I'm recording this wonderful podcast.
That would be pretty nice.
And then I do my daily prayers. I light the candles. If you can't see them, for all you listeners out there,
you're making it weird, Eric.
I've got
making it weird.
Oh, going too far?
It's too far.
Oh.
Put the candle down.
Oh, yeah.
Put the candle down.
Should I put the picture of Joe away? Bye, Joe. There you go, buddy. So, I kicked it off. What's one of the wishes on your wish list, Matt?
Now, I have a slight multi-part wish, but it all has the same central core. And I'm going to start small, kind of like you did. I was looking through my career menu, and I was scrolling down, looking at the medals I got, and I scrolled down to Toby's Friendship Raid, and I have an outstanding score on that with 99 ops points, and I don't have a single medal. So I would like to get a medal in Toby's Friendship Raid, and you've seen it. We blow through it. We do a great job, and it's just... I think there's just some kind of glitch there because I haven't been getting any medals. I know you haven't been getting any medals either.
No, I think something's wrong with the medal system in that particular ops. That's a good one. That's a good wish. That's solid. There you go, Gearbox.
Now, the second prong on my Toby's Friendship Raid wish pitchfork is I want Mental Mars or whoever's out there to make an ops points map because, like I said, we've got 99 ops points. We've run through it, I think my screen said about 20 times, between solo and with you. I don't have a 100 ops points run. I think there's one hidden chest somewhere that you and I don't know about somehow because we've scoured that whole frickin' raid looking for, well, I'll talk more about that later, but I need somebody to go, all right, here's all the chest locations, and obviously complete the challenges and stuff. But I know there's one that I'm missing. I need somebody out there who's better than me. Maybe Lowlines has got a guide on the forums. I should probably check that. But if he doesn't, he needs to make one for me so that I can get my 100 ops points.
Yeah, that's a good one. Nice wish. Beautiful.
Thanks.
I'm going to go ahead and go with a nice, simple, crisp, and clean one. Okay?
No, you got to let me round out the triumvirate first. I have one more.
Oh, you're going to go for all three? You're going for all three. Oh. See, I thought this was an old-fashioned one. It was a two-prong.
No. This is this 3-pronged trident.
This is your standard Lucifer Holden trident.
I'm Poseidon with my mighty trident
Poseidon.
of wishes here.
All right.
But they all taper down to the same Toby's Friendship Raid handle on my trident. That's what I was going for.
I thought he was old Farmer Joe with the two-prong. Sorry.
Some American Gothic just standing there.
Exactly.
But no, the third and final prong on my trident here is, what is it that we've been scouring that raid looking for? Oh, the Borderlands 3 Easter egg. I wish, and I hope and I dream, and I wish that somebody would find that damn thing, even if it's not us.
I don't want somebody. I just want it to be us, man. That's more important.
I mean, I do want it to be us, but I wish that somebody would find it so that we could go over to it and go, oh, look, this is how you open the stupid UPR door. This is how you access the console. Something like that. I just want to see it before the next story app comes out, and everybody just goes, oh, yeah, Toby's, I don't play that anymore. I play Montana and the Demon Bear. I play Oscar Mike's Battle School.
I want someone to find it, Matt, but I still dream that it'll be us, even though I cannot summon the will to scour that map anymore.
For the 20th time, yeah. We're too close to it at this point. It's just there eating away at us like whatever disease Beatrix has. It's just... We're going to die if nobody finds it.
No, I'm going to cut off half my body and make it into a giant syringe that shoots the poison pus out at people. So I don't know about you, Matt, but I'm going to live. I'm going to live another day. I'm going to be here next Christmas talking to all these yahoos out here.
And you're going to be wishing that somebody found the damn Easter egg next Christmas, too.
So I don't have to cut off half my other body. Become Syringe Man from Mega Man.
Walking on your 2 needles.
Doesn't even make sense. It's crazy. Crazy talk. Bringing it back. So my wish, now that you've got your 3-prong Poseidon trident out there.
That's right.
Easy one. Unnerf Alani. Bring that 20-second cooldown back to a 16-second cooldown.
That's a pretty shallow wish.
That's a quick and easy one, though. Not all wishes...
You haven't even played as her with the cooldown.
I don't care.
Yet.
I know it's going to suck. I don't want to hear it. Easy wish. Unnerf. Done. Merry Christmas to me.
Now, my second wish was going to be that they buff up Eldragon a little bit, but since they've done that already... I'm going on to my final and most serious wish, and we've got some wishes here from the community we're going to talk about too. But my final and most serious wish is you need to be able to sell gear from the victory screen when you're doing a story op, when you're doing a story mode. I get 8 to 10 pieces of just garbage gear because I have my loadout set. I don't change them, but like maybe once every 3 weeks, maybe. I don't need all these whites and greens and blues, even the purples. Just I get this whole mess of just garbage, and it goes straight into my inventory, and you and I go, oh yeah, dude, let's queue up for another one. Let's run through more characters. And so we do it again, and we do it again, and we do it again, and we do it again. And then I have, instead of 8 to 10 pieces, I've got 40, I've got 50, I've got 60. My maximum available slots in the bank right now is 159, and I have gone into my bank and seen 240 out of 159. So I have to spend a full half hour cleaning up that damn bank, that gear bank. So I need to be able to sell stuff as soon as I get it. Just like when you open a pack. You open it up. Hey, you can sell it right there. It doesn't go into your bank. You don't have to move from that screen unless you want to. So I need to be like, bloop, here's some little white thing. Here's the stats, sell. Here's the green, sell. Here's this, sell. I got to be able to do that because, it's just disheartening. You go in, you see the red numbers, you go, oh, man, I don't have 15 minutes. I'll do it later. And then you hop on later, and you have to spend that 15 minutes right away to clean it up. Mm-hmm. It's not a major issue, but it's a pain in the ass. They got to change that.
I want to add to your wish. I want to incorporate my wish into your wish because it expands upon what you're saying. Okay. So not only do I agree with your wish and want this to be part of my little wish list, but I want them to add to that. It's not just good enough to allow you to get rid of it right there. They need to do what most looters do these days, and that's have a comparison screen right next to it. So say you pick up Jim's Tiny Toe, okay? And it's got 15.75 extra damage. Well, if you've already got Jim's Toe in your inventory, it'll pop up your one in your inventory. Say, hey, here's one in your inventory. It's got 14.25 damage. Which one would you like to get rid of? Or both or none or one?
Right.
Boom. So not only are you able to get rid of that extra gear if you don't want it, but now you can, without looking, without screwing around, without being like, oh, crap, is this better than... Because some of those pieces I don't want to throw away. Some of them are the nice perp gloves with the tag damage, attack speed. And you're like, I don't want to get rid of that. But you're like, well, I don't want to deal with this. Delete, 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 delete.
Yeah.
You might have just deleted one with better percentages than one you already had. So it'd be great if they would also add in the compare screen, so that way on the fly after each match while you're waiting for the link up for the next one or deciding what you're going to do, you could just be going, okay, yep, keep that. Oh, that one's actually worse than the one I already had. Get rid of it. Boom, boom, boom.
I'm going to say maybe if they didn't just do it in the victory screen, if it was, like you said, you kind of exit back to the main menu and they have like a little tab on the side with your gear that you just got, and you can just analyze it right there while you're waiting for the queue to load.
Yeah.
I like it.
Something of that nature. That would make this game, well, it's already an awesome game, but it'd make it even better. I mean, because then you're just, boom, cruising through gear. And then not only that, but it adds a level of excitement as well because you're happy about getting gear. Because it's possible to keep perfecting the gear, even if it's pieces you don't generally use. You know, like me, I don't use a lot of individuals who shoot, the firearms. So the recoils and all that, whatever. But even them, if I'm getting a white one that's like plus 20 max, and I had an 18, sweet, whatever. I'm glad I got a max 20%er sitting in my bank now just in case I decide to play Oscar Mike or Whiskey Foxtrot or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And I know you said that's your last one.
That's my last
That's
personal
your
one.
last personal one, but I have one more before we get a couple of the communities in.
Okay.
And this one, it always is going to be a wish. It's been a wish before. It's going to be a wish again. And this one's more important than any of them, Matt. I don't care what you say.
All right, let's hear it.
Phoebe's spin to win needs to be fixed. It is the most
It
important.
works fine for me, bro. Works fine for me.
I don't want to hear it. I don't care. Don't want to hear it. We saw another player use it, and it didn't work either.
That is true, actually, yeah.
So I'm not crazy.
We did hop into a story mode with a couple of randos, and he had spin to win on, and it didn't load in the loading in screen. And I was like, oh, look, hey, ha, ha, ha. And then he walked forward 2 steps in the story mode, went, ta-da, and nothing was up there.
So it's real. The struggle is real. Phoebe spin to win does not work for everybody. That's a wish. That's a good wish.
Put that at priority 1. Nix all my crap that I just said.
Yeah, right.
Spin to win needs to be, as soon as they come back, Randy Barnell needs to run in. Just slap that on the whiteboard. Spin to win.
Spin to win. Now. Everyone on it.
If it's not fixed by the end of today, everyone's fired.
Yeah. You know what? Let's go that far. You're all fired if you don't fix it.
Because I'm sure it's just a little tweaky tweak. Just boop, boop, boop. There we go.
Shouldn't be that hard because we're real good with programming and stuff. We know.
Oh yeah,
about that.
that's like half a line of code.
Yeah.
I do that in my sleep.
Visual Basic 4 or whatever that was. Yeah, it's back in middle school or high school. I don't remember where I was. So that's the end of mine. Those are my wishes. Pretty simple. Pretty fun.
So we've got a wish here from our buddy Jozos at Jozos on Twitter. He posted this. It was about a week back, and it's coming up on not being possible here. But he said, "How about Battleborn Day 2, Yule, spelled like Yule log. You'll love it, and it would have all the Battleborn Day bonuses switched on from this Friday through Monday. Just happy holidays, Merry Christmas, everybody just go nuts, have all the great things." I mean, they could still do it just as a total surprise. Just bloop, hey, we flipped the switches on our way out the door. Ding, 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 ding. Everybody go nuts. Be a fun wish, right?
Maybe us saying this out loud will make Jozo's wish come true.
Could happen.
Maybe before Joe leaves, he's going to hear this episode.
No, he's going to run screaming out the door because you talked about your picture of him on your Gearbox shrine.
Oh, that's right. I already told him I had a picture of him and we're stalking him in the candles.
Damn it, Eric.
Ah, crap.
It's all your fault.
Well, sorry, Jozos.
If it doesn't come true, it's all Eric's fault. You can harass him on Twitter.
And if it does,
about
it's probably Matt's doing. So thank Matt if it works. And if it doesn't work, you can blame me. But that's a good one, and it is still possible. But I doubt it just because they've already got the gift coming our way.
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll see.
Now, this one came from a Reddit thread. Someone named Face Fuzzies on Reddit has a wish that could be coming up kind of in the more distant future, like we were talking about. This person asks for more animated cutscenes like the intro. That's something this person is really into. And you and I love the intro cutscene. We love the ending cutscene. We're all about that animated style. You know, the music in the background,
Oh, it's
all that
awesome.
good stuff.
I'm definitely on board that wish. In our next episode in Conjectureland, I've got a few thoughts on it. So I'll elaborate then.
Now remember, that's not our next episode. We're recording
That's
it
our
next week, but
next
it drops
episode.
next
Yes.
episode. Yes,
Sorry out there,
it's
everybody.
very confusing.
The next episode.
I have to pull this next one up because it's a very long wish, and I don't want to just paraphrase it because I'm a good host.
That's why we keep you around, Matt.
That's right. Uber on Reddit wishes for more players so we can have a good laugh. I think we can all agree on more players. But also, maybe allow me to mute people while they're selecting their characters instead. I've had people screaming into their mics, singing, whistling, and doing all sorts of weird stuff. One of them, I think, was even texting repeatedly. Could hear the keyboard and sending text sound throughout the character selection screen. I definitely think that's something that needs to be just tweaked up. Most big shooters that I play have an option, like as soon as you're in a room or a group, to just mute everybody. It's just one button press, square, mute all, boom, done. And I'm really surprised that in this game you gotta get into the scoreboard, hold the scoreboard button down, also scroll down, and then also select with X button, and then also scroll over to mute. It's cumbersome. It's normally you and I don't have a problem with it because we're partied up. But sometimes when I roll solo, it's some guy singing in some foreign language I don't even know. Like the whole match, he's just, and it just drives me nuts, and it's too cumbersome to get to him to mute him, and you can't do it while you're doing anything.
See, and I'm gonna give a confession. Whenever I play solo, I open up a private party anyway, just because of that reason. And I know it sucks. You know, I know the whole philosophy is meet new people, talk strategy, win your matches, etc., etc. But the reality of it is there's a lot of crazy people. And I know what you're thinking. That's like calling the kettle black, Eric.
You said that, not me.
Yeah, well, I don't want to hear other people's craziness.
Yeah.
Especially like you said, because there's been times where I have been like, let's just have an open mic. I'll be quiet. I'll see what they're talking about. If they're actually talking. And they are not talking strategy.
Yeah.
They're screaming and yelling and going bananas. And I'm like, oh, no thank you. I'm going to go ahead and pop on out of here and put on some music and relax.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be great to have that option to easily mute the entire party but still listen. And then on top of that, Wish, add in the volume mixer. So you can take their voices and cut them way down. If it is garbage, they're just talking. And if they're talking legit, then you can pump it up and actually maybe even join the conversation. So...
Because there are even some people I've been in matches with, and they're talking about the match, but their mic is just way too close to their face, so they're super loud, and it drives me bananas, and I just mute them anyway. So it's having a volume mixer on top of the any other kind of mute options would definitely be good.
I agree. Good wish. That's a good one.
That is a good wish. That's all we got for wishes.
All right. Well, good. I think that rounds it out pretty well. We don't want to give Gearbox and Santa Claus too many wishes, Matt. You overburden these people, and
That's
then
true.
they just can't take care of things, and then they don't know what to do, so they do nothing.
I mean, Santa Claus can do anything, but
Santa Claus can do anything, but, he's a busy man.
but his helper elves at Gearbox can only do so much.
Precisely. So there. That's a nice way to wrap up the Christmas wish list with those beautiful little wishes, Phoebe Spinwood, and the other ones.
Self on the victory screen.
Oh, gosh. So I think that about rounds that out, man.
Yep. And I think to close out the show, in the spirit of Christmas, we have one very long-time fan and close personal friend of ours who sent in a question. It's got to be 2 months ago now. And we've just been putting it off, even though we have the answer to his question. Even in person, we're like, Howard, just go away. So, in the spirit of Christmas, in the spirit of giving, for this Christmas edition of the Mailbag, we're going to read Howard's question.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Let me take a nap while you read this thing.
You say, kick your feet up, kids. Kick your shoes off, because this is going to take a while. And you'll see what I mean in about a minute here.
Merry Christmas, boys and girls.
So this question comes to us from our close personal friend Howard Wright on Facebook. He writes, well, it's been a while since I last wrote in, but that's what vacations are for. In fact, it's what happened over my vacation that's prompted me to write. I've been playing Battleborn Tap on the iOS system. My 6-year-old daughter likes to play Injustice Gods Among Us on my phone. When she exhausted the characters in that game, I showed her the Battleborn app in hopes she'd enjoy it. To my surprise, she said she would wait for the real game to rest. Did I mention she is only 6? And that she felt the game was not all that fun? As much as I've enjoyed your podcast about Gearbox, I never hear you guys talk about the iOS and Android platforms. So what I would like to do is ask your opinions about those games and how to improve them. Wake up, Eric. It's time to answer Howard's question.
Oh, what? Oh, okay, all right. Something about a phone thing. All right, cool.
Howard wants to know about Battleborn Tap.
Okay.
What do you think about it?
It's what it's supposed to be. It's a mobile game, and it right in its title, it tells you what it is. It's Battleborn Tap. You hop in there, you tap, tap, tap-a-roo, your characters level up, you go ahead and you put the gear gets popped on, you just keep getting more gear, and you just keep tapping. And you add members of the team. It's pretty simple. It's cut and dry.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. I don't play mobile games, however, so it's not my jam, but yeah, if I'm on the toilet for a minute or something, well, I'll tap, tap, tap-a-roo, That's fine with me. I have no issue with that. Or if I'm, getting on the bus on that long ride to my workplace.
What bus do you ride? What are you talking about?
It's alternate timeline.
You do drive a big yellow truck, so I guess you could imagine you're getting into a bus. Like, I'm riding my giant school bus to work, except I have to drive it and there's no kids in the back.
Thanks. Now people know I'm in a yellow truck. Gosh, this is one step closer to them finding me.
Wait, well, hey, there's another guy who drives a big yellow truck in town, and he lives on your old street, too, so they'll go kill him instead. It's fine.
Hopefully. Thank goodness. In all seriousness, I think Battleborn Tap's just fine the way it is. It works and plays the way I imagined it would. I think he's only a little upset because it is simpler than like the Mortal Kombats and the Injustice Gods Among Us and those types of games, because in those you get a little more actual direct control of what you're doing and what you're accomplishing with the characters. Whereas in this one, it's really just, killing a couple minutes and rolling out.
Well, I think you hit it on the head right there. You're talking about games where you have direct control. And this one, it's not just a phone game, it's an idle game. It's a game where you tap up enough so you can buy a Battleborn, and then that Battleborn can basically farm the minions for shards for you. You hop back in after 5-6 minutes, once that Battleborn's hit a wall, upgrade them, upgrade his health, upgrade his attacks, maybe get another Battleborn, then you close it out for another 15 minutes. And you go about your day, you open it back up. Oh, look, they've hit a wall. It's time to upgrade them. They've got me this and this and this and this. You go through your prestige. You get a couple more Battleborn. You do the whole thing over again. It's fine for what it is, but it is an idle game. It's a game you play for 5 minutes and then put away and then come back to and, tap, tap, tap-a-roo a little bit and then put it away again. I don't play it myself. I played through and prestiged, I think, 3 or 4 times, and I was like, okay, I'm not getting all that much more out of it. Plus, like you said, whenever I leave it on running on my phone, my phone's locked into my pocket or, on the desk or something, it makes my phone really hot. And I don't have, an amazing smartphone or anything, but that's just bad news bears. So that's why I don't play it. But I think overall the game, it's fine for what it is, but it is an idle game. So if you don't like idle games, which Howard doesn't seem to, it's not going to be for you.
That's not your jam. Nope. And I'll say this, though. I think it's more meant to provide a taste of just the spirit of what Battleborn is and get you to go buy Battleborn on console or PC and enjoy the ultimate actual full game there, which at the time Howard had not done, but now has since done. So he's inside of the true form game. The only thing I would say for Battleborn Tap that would improve it is to add an incentive for Battleborn players to play it. So say if you play Tap and you get to, every time you prestige or every time you kill a boss, in-game you get a SHiFT code or something for a loot pack, an epic loot pack or something. Okay, well, schnips. Yeah, sure, I'll sit, like I said, I'll sit on the John, tap-a-roo for a little bit, and all of a sudden now when I go back to Battleborn that night, I'm opening up an epic loot pack. That's cool. That's the only thing I think could make that, hey, I'll play that.
I think the only thing for me is, you're picking all these characters and they have, they have like one ability you could really use and a couple passive abilities they use on their own. And they've got like a voice line. I think the only thing that would improve it for me is if you got to a certain level, because, there's bosses at certain levels during the game. Maybe if you beat a certain number of bosses or something, you'd get like a little like comic book cutscene with, your characters running around doing stuff. Like if you start with Miko and Oscar Mike, you'd get the Oscar Mike cutscene and then the Miko cutscene just to teach you more about these characters you're using. Because otherwise, it's just, hey, look, it's a soldier man. And occasionally he'll shoot a grenade out and he'll go invisible. And I can hit this to make an airstrike go. But you don't really learn anything about them. And you don't really learn all that much that carries over into the main game. So I think just something like that would make it a little more engaging. Make you, if you don't know the main game, you'd want to use all the characters, that kind of thing. But, I mean, it's just an idle game. There's not too much you can put into it, really.
Mm-hmm. So there you have it, Howard. After all this time, your Christmas dream has come true, and we've answered your awesome question.
Merry Christmas, my friend. Merry Christmas. And if any of you guys out there have any questions you want us to answer, you can email them to us at info@thirdshift.me. We're on Twitter as ThirdShiftMe, that's ThirdShiftME, and you can find us on Facebook under Third Shift.
That's right, folks. And as always, we enjoy your company. We're glad you guys came around and took a listen.
Yep.
We hope that you stick around. We hope you like what you hear. And we also hope that this Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever you want it to be is fantastic.
Yes, absolutely.
We hope that you guys enjoy it. We will be, of course, back next week for another wonderful episode. So don't count us out. Don't think we're just going to go disappear on you till after the New Year's, because that ain't going to happen.
That's
We're
right.
going to have something for you.
That's right. We'll be back on the 30th of December for a 2016 year in review, year wrap-up, year recap spectacular, whatever you want to call it. We'll be talking about all kinds of stuff. Maybe do like a Game of the Year thing. I don't know. You want to do that?
Yeah, maybe. We'll talk about it. We'll
Right.
figure it out. It'll be a good episode either way.
Yeah. It'd be a more loosey-goosey episode, I think.
Yeah, we'll just have some fun. Maybe have a beer or two, I think it'll be a good time. And speaking of good times, we love you guys. And as always, I got to promote it. It's just what we got to do. We opened up a Patreon, little tip jar, nothing big, nothing fancy.
Yep.
If you guys would like to come on over, throw in a buck or something, that'd be fantastic. We appreciate you guys' support. And as always, those who are currently supporting, we've listed you out. We love you guys, and we thank you very much for those tips.
Yes.
It puts food on my table and feeds my family.
No, it doesn't.
All right, I know. It's an
Come on,
alternate
Eric,
timeline. I keep getting these alternate timelines, man. Huh?
I mean, your house just did explode, so maybe you need
It
some
did.
Patreon money to fix your
Maybe
plumbing.
there's like methane in the air down here, and I'm like going nuts. I don't know. That's crazy. Well,
You've been nuts for a long time, Eric.
okay, no, never mind. Anyways, we appreciate you guys and gals, and we're going to be wrapping up this wonderful episode.
That's right. And, of course, our next episode, like I said, will be on the 30th of December. We'll see you guys again because we drop every Friday. You can find the show on iTunes, on Stitcher, on Podomatic. We're on YouTube and Google Play Music as well. And if you like what we do, please subscribe to us on any one of those platforms and leave us a rating and a review because we really appreciate it.
Heck yeah, we do. Got to bump that iTunes up. 5 stars to the moon, baby. To the moon.
That's right.
And with that, as always, don't forget to
save.
Ho, 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 ho.